Welcome to Cisco SecureX. My name is Jeffrey Smith, and I'm a technical marketing engineer for SecureX orchestration. In this video, we'll be taking a look at a pair of workflows that allow you to block observables in Cisco Secure Firewall. For this use case, we actually have two workflows. The first workflow handles setting up the environment and threat response by creating the necessary indicators and observable feeds. You will only need to run this workflow once. After the feeds are added to the Firewall Management Center, you can use the second workflow from pivot menus to block a given observable. The workflow to block observables in Secure Firewall is a response action. That means the workflow can be triggered directly from a pivot menu in SecureX, the Ribbon browser extension, or other Cisco Secure products. Let's start in my Secure Endpoint console. On a typical day, I get a multitude of events in my inbox. Sometimes when looking at an event, I see a critical observable that I want to block at the firewall level. Using this workflow in the pivot menu, I am easily able to block the observable at the click of a button without leaving the endpoint console. Let's check out my Firewall Management Center to see if the IP is actually blocked. In the FMC under Intelligence Sources, I can see that I have a few sources configured as private intelligence feeds from SecureX. In the Observables tab, I can see the IP is in fact blocked. Now how awesome is that? I can instantly block observables including IPv4, IPv6, SHA-256, and domains on the firewall without even leaving my current page. This use case requires the default Cisco threat response targets and account keys, a Secure Firewall Management Center device. Creating targets and account keys is not covered in this video. If you need help with these steps, please reference our other videos or the documentation at cs.co/sxo_docs. After importing both workflows for this use case from our GitHub repository, you need to manually run the Secure Firewall Block Observables Setup workflow to configure prerequisites for the response workflow. The workflow has now been started and will create a total of 5 feeds in Threat Response Private Intel, one for each of the supported observable types. Once the workflow is finished, we'll need to get the information for the newly created feeds from its output so we can configure the polling in Secure Firewall Management Center. In the Secure Firewall Management Center, we'll select Intelligence and then Sources from the header menu. To add a new feed, select the plus symbol in the top right corner of the page. On the new source form, select URL as the delivery method. Change the type from sticks to a flat file. A new dropdown will appear to the right for content type. Change this field to the matching observable type for the feed. In this example, it's going to be domain. Paste the URL for the threat response feed. Paste the title for the feed. Change action from monitor to block. Finally, change the update every from 1440 to 30 minutes. Click Save. These steps will need to be repeated for each of the feeds created by the workflow. Once the feeds are configured as sources in FMC, observables will start being blocked. Simply use the Secure Firewall Block Observable Response action from the pivot menu as shown earlier to block new items. We hope that you enjoyed this overview of Secure Firewall Block Observable Orchestration use case and encourage you to visit cisco.com/go/SecureX for more information about the SecureX platform.